Namaste, welcome to Lotus Talks. Right now we are inside the Mahabodhi Society of the Bodhgaya branch, and we are very delighted to share with you that we have with us Venerable P. Seevali, the General Secretary of the Mahabodhi Society of India. Venerable, now that we are in Bodhgaya, so what is the first question comes in a way that what is the significance of the Mahabodhi temple among the pilgrims all over the world?
As Buddha explained that there are four places, very significant. But Bodhgaya considered as one of the most sacred places. It is significant in that sense when the devotees come to this place, they feel the Buddha and they feel his teachings and they feel the path that where we can follow this path and attain the final salvation or final. So when the devotees come here, they can arouse their devotion and have confidence, and they can develop gradually what is the ultimate reality of the life. They understand where Buddha attained Nibbana. Naturally, when devotee comes, he feels it. When he enters to the holy place, and the Bodhi tree around, they're sitting there, they can contemplate of his teaching. So they feel that divinity, or we can see that the devotion they can feel. That is why Bodhgaya is very significant for the entire followers who last 2000 years almost. Keep on coming. The first from neighboring countries to India, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Tibet, Bhutan, then the Southeast Asia, other countries.
Every day you see different pilgrims coming from across Asia. So have you seen any difference? Obviously there are differences. So what are the differences that you see in their way of worship?
Buddha says, you may have differences, in your tradition, your country, your nation, but once you come to my sasana, my dispensation, it means Buddha sasana.
Buddha sasana.
The dispensation of the Buddha. There is no that kind of differences. You are one. So that is why we can see very colorful people coming from different countries. Sometimes their traditions are very different. The way of worshipping, the way of their attire, their clothing. So many differences are there. Even the rituals are different. But once they come to Bodhgaya, sitting quiet and peacefully, and closing their eyes, sitting somewhere quietly, so we can feel only oneness. So there is that equality. This is one of a greater concept in Buddhism, upekha. So we feel that a great equality when people come into Bodhgaya, they have a great respect, they have that same devotion, no matter whatever tradition.
Venerable, today we see a lot of Sri Lankan monks staying in Bodhgaya.
Yeah.
So how is their connection to Bodhgaya?
There is a great history actually behind this. Why Sri Lankan monks come for, I think, almost last 120 or 30 years. Sri Lankan monks. I think first monks, I think, Theravada tradition came from Sri Lanka, because when our founder of Mahabodhi Society, Anagarika Dharmapala, when he came to India first time, he was all alone. Then he established this Mahabodhi Society in a small way at that time. It was in the 1891. Then he invited few monks I think 3 months from Sri Lanka at that time. It was very difficult and hard to remain here at that time. No, there was no many facility, nothing. So the connection between Sri Lanka, connection between Bodhgaya, it began from the Mahabodhi Society, establishment of Mahabodhi Society, and he opened the gate for pilgrims. So at that time there were need of at least few months to perform the daily routine pujas, prayers and rituals, these things. So that is why inviting for few monks from Sri Lanka was very important. So invited few monks and they came up here, and since then the Sri Lankan monks coming here and working and attending various religious spiritual programs and other engagement of social charity activity until now.
So how do you see yourself? Like, are you carrying this lineage, being Indian and Sri Lankan born Buddhist monk, and you being the General Secretary of this Mahabodhi Society of India today?
In a way, I feel much grateful, and also I myself feel great honor to be here, to be a responsible person in Mahabodhi Society of India, and so that I can continue the legacy of our founder Anagarika Dharmapala, and also I can help and assist the works that carried out throughout the Mahabodhi Society in various ways, because Mahabodhi Society was a leading global Buddhist organization. So that is why nowadays I personally feel satisfied and personally feel that kind of a great honor that I could do something to continue to carry on this great organization, the great work.
There is still a concern among the Buddhists around the world that this temple, this Mahabodhi temple will be in the hands of only the Buddhists. So, but now it is not so.
One thing is very important. Buddha is for peace. This is the first thing. And his teaching is for non-violence. So the peace and non-violence is the most important. Whatever, no matter what moment we are.
We have to abide by those two.
We can't avoid, we can't ignore such a great and fundamental teachings of the Buddha. If we think that some place we must gain, to proclaim, or we must possess by different ways of, and harming to the basic concept of the Buddha's teaching, So I don't think this is good for the, and it may misrepresent Buddha's. I feel so, but then it will be very difficult for us to preach, teach, to Buddha's core teachings, So that is why Buddha's teachings are welcome, everywhere. Anywhere in the world you can't find that we fight to spread Buddha's teaching. If there any bloodshed, in any country, just to teach or convert other people to Buddhism, not like that. So the Buddhist or the followers of Buddha must understand these core teachings of the Buddha. What is important at the moment for the world is peace, is compassion and kindness and sympathy to the world, and wisdom is most important thing.
In the last 20 to 30 years, we see a huge commercialization of tourism here in this spot. So, do you think that this is somehow hampering the essence, the spiritual essence of Buddhism?
Tourism has taken over the spiritualism. So spiritualism is just decreasing, but tourism is just keep increasing. It is when the place is getting to commercialize, as you just mentioned. So, and the market areas are, coming up, buildings are coming up, hotels are coming up, market shops. So it's naturally, you will lose the essence, you will lose the very value of that great environment. The purpose is getting very different now. Before, people came to worship and pay homage and meditate. Now the purpose is getting different. That is why tourism become the first priority. Spiritualism getting secondary. So it is the government, it is the administration. They must preserve that ambience, that vibration, the sanctity of that surrounding areas where holy place is situated.
Thank you, Venerable, for sharing your insightful thoughts with us. We will be sharing with more such insightful talks in future in our Lotus talks. Till then, goodbye and namaste.